cats. Say, I just wanted to walk you through what to do if the pot goes to heck, right? You know, it's gonna happen. But we don't have a big reincarnation bin. Probably, well, I don't have one in my house. You probably don't have one in your house. But just a quick reminder, right? Get the clay off the wheel with a wooden tool. So that's the easiest way. Bet was asking about this. She's been going through a little bit of clay. And you know, we have a finite amount, and it's kind of criminal. I snuck over to the studio today and checked out the Cone 6 kiln, which looked pretty good. But man, it's just stupid that I can't go over there and make clay, because I'd be making clay for you guys all day long. But anyway, so here's my hunk of, you know, it's too wet, so it'd be perfect for reincarnation, but it's too soft to throw. And even if it wasn't that soft to throw, like maybe I just kind of centered it and cheater pulled it and it went bad, I still want to let the clay rest, right? The clay needs to rest and it needs to unsaturate itself. So, the best way to handle it, and you see lots of potters doing it, and it's called horseshoeing. And so you just kind of squish the clay into a big fat coil or turd, depending on how you look at it. But notice all the texture in this, right? I'm not trying to make it smooth. I'm putting as many holes and kind of bumps in it as I can, because I want it to get as much air as it possibly can. So this is a horseshoe. Boom. And I will set that on canvas, or I'll set that on whatever table I can be working with. All right, I'm going to set this over here just to kind of give you a better view of it, and then I'm going to show you how to wedge. We haven't had to do much wedging, right? Because we've got a... we haven't had to do much wedging on account of we have a pug mill. But in the end, you're going to have to wedge. Well, not in the end, but in this time of Armageddon, you're going to have to wedge your clay, folks. It's not that hard. It's a little bit hard to maybe get used to, but it's honestly, it's not a difficult thing to do. So I'm going to set you up here. Here's the other crime. Like, I went out to the studio today and unloaded those kilns, and then I totally forgot to grab my phone holder for videos, right? Not too smart. Okay, I think that's, oh, maybe down here is better. There we go. Yeah, that'll be a better view. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm not going to wedge this clay because I do want to let it rest, because I don't have that much clay either. So I'm going to put that aside. But this is about the same sized hunk. And so this is roughly probably 4 pounds, maybe 5 pounds. It's about two. Well, something to think about in the world of pug, right? The width of the pug and the length, if the width and the length are equal from our pug mill, that's a 2 pound pug. So this is 2 pounds. I probably have another 1.5 pounds, so maybe 3.5, maybe 4. I don't have a scale, right? Neither do you. So it's good to be able to estimate a little bit though. But, so, let's say, I'm just going to muck this all up so that you can see what it would look like if it was a horseshoe, right? And as those horseshoes get some air, you can reclaim that clay probably in 3, maybe 4 hours. It doesn't have to sit overnight, but if you are ready to call it a night and you're like, man, I've got this horseshoe of clay, what do I do? Just plastic it up, right? The ends will get drier if you don't slip plastic under it, but just, you know, throw your plastic down, put your horseshoe in the plastic, make sure it makes contact, and it won't change till the next morning, or until you take it out. But if it's, or if you need it to get a little drier, then just drape it lightly so that it can come back to life a little bit. But anyway, so wedging, here we go. I'm going to try to make this as kind of cohesive a mass as I can. If I've got hard ends, I want to be sure and work those in. And now I'm going to show you 2 ways. The first way is called ram's head wedging. I've got my hands on the sides. I've got my thumbs facing forward, right? Thumbs facing forward. And I'm going to push, and I'm not pushing hard. I'm going to push, and then I'm going to draw this clay back up with my palms. And what that does is it keeps this thing from getting long and narrow. I'm going to push down, draw back up. Push down, draw back up with those palms. And I will do this 60 or 70 times if I need to wedge this clay, right? You can't just do it 5 or 6 times and be like, yep, that's wedged. You've got to get all the way into the core of the clay. All the clay has to make a couple of rotations, but you're not pushing hard. What happens a lot, I'll do this from the side view, is that people push really hard and then their clay gets all elongated and then they flip that, right? And then you trap air, which is not what we want to do. It's different from kneading bread dough. It's wedging. So we're trying to work the air out. So it's just little pushes. So if you see how much I push here, right? I just kind of have dents. And I go up, push. Up with my palms, push. Up with my palms, push. Up with my palms, push. Now, you'll have difficulty with this if you only have a table that sticks. What should you do then if your table is sticky? Well, one of the best surfaces for wedging is concrete. I'm guessing there's a sidewalk somewhere close or a driveway somewhere close. You'd want to sweep it because you don't want to get all those rocks and stuff into your clay. But concrete is another great surface for wedging. So think about that. Wood is good, although you get the wood dirty. But if somebody in the home has a workbench, that may work well. But what won't work well is a, oh shoot, what do you call that stuff? Honey, what do you call the stuff that you make a countertop out of?
Formica.
Formica, right, yeah. Formica's bad because it will stick to Formica. And your little, the little piece that I gave you, that's that craft foam, that's really, really great, but it's probably not big enough to wedge on. So anyway, this is called ram's horn or bicycle seat wedging, and you can see why, right? Looks like a bicycle seat or ram's horns. So that's one way to wedge. The second way to wedge is called chrysanthemum or spiral wedging. And you guys probably don't need to do it because it's really made for bigger hunks of clay. I never knew how to do it until I was in graduate school and I saw the guys doing it and I was like, oh my God, he's like wedging 25 pounds of clay. And I had never learned how to do that. Oh, how's that light for you guys? That's nice and bright. There we go. But basically, with chrysanthemum wedging, I guess this is maybe the better way. I'm going to push with my left hand, and then I'm going to come up and in with my right hand. So I'm going to push with the left and then up and over. I guess up and over, up and in, but it's just a little eighth of a turn or a quarter of a turn. It's really small pushes. You don't want to push hard because then you flap clay on top of, itself and then you trap air in it. We're just trying to work the air out. So I'm going to do it, I guess, from this view. Here's my left hand, here's my right hand. So I'm going to push down and rotate, down, rotate, down, rotate, down, rotate. Now notice with each of those rotations, I come up onto the point of the clay or the nose of the clay. And that is where I can get the most clay pushed in at once. The nice thing about chrysanthemum wedging is that it will wander a little bit, but you never have to lift it up. And that's why people do it, is because you don't have to lift it up. So I'm just pushing with the left, up with the right. Left, and it's a twist towards me. So with my right hand, the thumb comes towards my body. Thumb in. Left down, thumb in, left down, thumb in, left down, thumb in, left down, thumb in. And you can get it going at a nice little rhythm. And this too, I would do 70 or so. So what do you do when you're ready to be done wedging, right? Left down, right up, left down, right up, left down, right up, left down, right up, is you get smaller. Let's pretend I've done this 70 times, like you guys really want to watch that, right? Let's make believe I've done this a bunch of times. I'm happy with the homogeneity, the homogeneousness of my clay. It's perfect now. I'm going to just let my pushes get a little bit smaller, little bit smaller, little bit smaller, and then I just draw that clay over the end that's out. And this is why it's called chrysanthemum wedging. You can kind of see the spirals in the bottom, or spiral wedging. And what's really nice about this kind of wedging is that now I have a cone that's perfect to recenter for the next one. So I hope that helps you guys a little bit. And you guys, I know this is insanity. And I have spent about 5 hours on the computer today, and I haven't gotten even close to enough done yet. And you guys know how I love to sit on the computer, so I'm not enjoying it that much. But I hope we can be in touch, and I hope people start posting their images and their work as they are working on it. And any kind of progress critique is fine, right? If maybe you just made your first horseshoe, hey, that's a thumbs up for me. So just post so that we can all talk to each other and that we can all get moving in the same direction. I hope you're all doing okay. I really, really miss you. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.